Hey guys, Gary here. So you're ready to use Git extensions and you're all revving to go, but you don't want to have to use an online service or pay to have somebody hold your code for you. Maybe you have an external hard drive or another computer on a network somewhere or some kind of a backup somewhere off-site, and you want to use that for your Gits instead of using an online service. So this is how you set that up. It's not real difficult, but they did change an update in Visual Studio, so that's why I have this updated version out there. So the first thing you want to do obviously is go online and download the free Git extensions. You can do that here at gitextensions.github.io. Once you download and install that for your particular computer, the next thing you want to do is go to wherever you are going to save your Gits. So whatever your network Git drive is, go there and then create the file that you're going to want to save your Gits to. So your new Git repository. So we'll go new folder and we'll call this my app. Make sure that you name it the same thing as what you're going to name your actual application that you're going to create. It's going to make it a whole lot easier to come back and find your Git repository. So once you do that, make sure that you have that folder highlighted. If you don't have it highlighted and you do this next step, you're going to create this whole thing as a Git repository and it's going to mess some things up. So make sure you highlight the folder that you want to use for your Git repository. Right click on it and go to your Git extensions and create new repository. Now this little section here is your link to this folder, so you want to highlight that and use Control-C to copy that, and then you want to create a central repository, no working directory. It's a bare directory. Okay, just click create. It'll tell you that it was initialized and you're okay. Now if you go into that folder, you'll see that it made some folders and files for you, so you don't want to touch anything in there, but now you know that your Git repository is ready. Okay, then you can go to Visual Studio. Now you're going to create your app. Now your app might already be created. That's fine. You'll just pick up later on in the steps. But for right now, we're going to create our new project. And we're just going to make this a blank Universal Windows app. Click Next. Put in the name of the app, which is just going to be my app. And save it to whatever your location is. And that's all the same there. Create. Set your version. Now you'll notice on the updated version of Visual Studio, it no longer has a checkbox or anything that you have to check to tell it that you want to use GitHub or you want to use Git with your app. So we need to set that up ourselves. Okay, so the next step you want to take once you're in here is go up to Extensions, Manage Extensions, and make sure that you have installed the GitHub extensions for Visual Studio. If you don't, search for it and download it. Make sure that you install it. Once you're sure you have that, then you can go up to View, and you'll see it'll say Git repository and Git changes. You could click on the Git changes and it'll appear. Now I have it set up so that it shows up over here on the right side for me. Then you're going to click on Create Git Repository, and it's going to open this up with your information. You can sign on for GitHub repository or however you want to do that. But what we're going to do is existing remote, and here in the remote URL we are going to paste in using Control-V the address that we copied off of our Git repository. And it'll also show you where it will initialize your local Git repository for your app. So this is going to be the one on this computer that you're running with your app, and usually it's in the folder, or at least that's generally where you need it, just right in the folder with the app itself. Then you just create and push, and now you have it set up with a master and you're ready to go. Then you can test it if you like. Go into Solution Explorer, we'll go to Main Page, and we'll just do something like we'll add a button. Okay, so now we created a button on our page. Doesn't do anything, doesn't matter. We're going to save that page, and then you'll notice that we'll have a change down here on the bottom corner. So we click that change, and here we can see it on our local repository. We can see what we changed if we click on that, and now we want to commit it. So we have to give it a name. So this will be our first save. Name it whatever you want. Make sure it's relative. Commit all. Then we can just go up here to the corner and hit push, and now it'll push it up to your master, and you'll see at the bottom it'll disappear. So that's always the quickest way. And you can always drop back in here to check your changes and stuff before you send it up. So their tools are a little differently. That you're going to have to learn on your own. But now you can use Git, and you have it all set up. If you want to double check, you can always go back to that folder, right click on it, then you can open the Git repository, and you can see now that you have your master, your first save that we just sent up, and then all your project files and stuff from the initial setup, and you're ready to go. So that's how you use Git extensions for Visual Studio with the new setup, and you can use it without using any kind of online services. So hope that helps you guys, and we'll see you next time.